Hello, this is Scott with WebClock, and today we're going to look at the administrator abilities here, the administrator tab in WebClock. I'm going to go over the first video today is going to be how to create a new employee. So you start by logging in and then you click on admin. It brings you to this screen. You click on add an employee. In here you can put in the employee's first name, last name. Now, if you're using an automatic numbering system in WebClock where it assigns a number, it will assign this for you. If not, it simply shows you what the next employee ID number in order is. So we'll go ahead and we'll use that one. We'll use 10,000. You do not have to create the PIN number for the employee. The employee can do that for themselves. You do need to choose if the employee is active full-time, active limited, active part-time, and you need to put in a hire date. So 3/20/28. This employee was hired today, 18. Now, effective hire date affects their accrual rate. If somebody made a special deal where they get more accrual than their hire date actually implies that they should have. Termination date you don't need until you're terminating somebody. Same thing with employee email, work phone number, everything and additional information over here is all optional. You do need to choose if they're online or an interface data source. If you're using a biometric device, you would choose interface, otherwise choose online. Time zone, I'm in Eastern time zone. A department or a supervisor for this employee to be in. If they're hourly, contracted, hourly exempt from overtime, salary employee, or salary exempt from overtime. I'm going to make this a regular hourly employee. There is only one pay group in this environment to be able to select. If you had multiple pay groups, this is where you would set it. You can leave normal scheduled daily hours blank, same with process level. Overtime type, unless you are in a state that does daily overtime, leave this at weekly 40. If you are in daily, you can change it to daily 8 for California, for example. Leave the weekly parameter at 40 hours. So I am not in California, I am in Florida, so I'm going to put this back to weekly 40. So time entry, punches clock means they log in online and punch to punch in and out. If you're using a biometric device, you would set them to time collected via interface. And if you're entering a number of hours into a grid, then you would use the enter hours into grid. Those are the common ones. The other ones you probably won't use very often. But punches clock is what this employee is going to be doing. And if you don't want the punch screen to automatically kick them back out for the next employee to be able to punch, that's when you would choose the stay at punch screen option here. You can ignore guaranteed description and guaranteed hours unless your implementation specialist has told you otherwise. And if you do have location or job costing turned on, assigning a default job and a default location before saving is required. Now, you also have the ability to set a schedule here. I'm doing the default no schedule for this employee. And if you pay shift differential, you'll have these options. I'm going to leave this employee on no shift differential. So I can hit save, and that will now create the employee and take me to the next screen in case I have to enter more employees. So you can see now the next highest number is 10,001. You can always, of course, go back to the employee listing and verify that the employee is indeed there. There is our tester, employee number 10,000, and he is all set up. So that's how you create an employee in WebClock. Of course, if you have any questions, as always in the description, we'll have our contact information for support. And thank you very much for your time today.